In South Africa, speaking the truth often comes at a cost few systems are prepared to carry. We like to imagine whistleblowers as brave, fearless figures, but most of them aren't trying to be heroes. They're accountants, they're procurement officers, they're civil servants, executives, doctors, administrators, people doing their jobs until their job puts them in danger. They don't wake up wanting to expose corruption. They wake up just wanting to survive their workday. We also don't talk about whistleblowers in theory. We talk about them in names. Babita Deokaran, Ethel Williams, Thabiso Zulu, others whose names we may never know, people who followed procedure, raised concerns, and reported the irregularities, and then paid the price. Some lost careers, others lost families, some lost their freedom, and some lost their lives. Not because corruption was hidden, but because it was actually challenged. And it's important to clearly state this, that systems don't steal money, people do. People make choices to sign off, to approve, to look away. People exploit weak oversight. People benefit from silence. But when someone interrupts that chain, when they refuse to cooperate, the system often responds by isolating them, not the wrongdoing. That's the human failure at the center of our story today. Whistleblowing threatens more than just reputations. It threatens income streams, political alliances, protection networks. And when consequences for corruption are weakened, the safety options becomes punishment by proxy, not in court, but through pressure, transfers, suspensions, character assassinations, threats, violence. The message is subtle but very effective. Don't be the person who makes things difficult. Here's the part we don't always see. For every whistleblower who speaks, there are a dozen who don't, because they're watching what happens. They see investigations drag on. They see perpetrators being promoted. They see whistleblowers isolated, and then they learn. Silence becomes self-preservation. Compliance becomes survival, and corruption continues, not because nobody knows, but because everyone understands the risk. So before we talk about laws or policies or protection frameworks, we have to sit with this truth, that in South Africa, telling the truth is often more dangerous than committing the crime itself. And until that changes, every corruption scandal carries an invisible cost. The people who noticed, knew, and decided it was safer not to speak.